Patoosh, he lives all alone in a room full of phones, pretending to be AI. Patoosh, with a click and a beep, he fools them for cheap, pretending to be AI. In the Amazon store, he watches the floor, fake AI cashier with his screens galore. Grab that snack, I'll charge your card, but it's Patoosh typing, working real hard. For health claims in the USA, he says denied in a cold robotic way. Talking to AI fills the patients with hate, but it's really just Patoosh who is sealing their fate. He's a fake AI girlfriend, sweet as can be, texting I love you from across the sea, or building your app in a magical flash. But it's Patoosh coding, cause he's desperate for cash, pretending to drive cars that steer on their own, or scraping metadata from your new smartphone. Oh, Patoosh, what a clever little guy, in his phone-filled room under the sky, fooling the world with his AI disguise. But it's really just Patoosh. What a surprise! Patoosh!
Patoosh! Initiating AI protocol. Scanning all devices. Data received. Processing now.
Sorry to be interrupting this broadcast of Patoosh, sir, so that we are pleased to be bringing you this emergency report, sir.
I'm just a Kurp. Yes, I'm only a Kurp.
Whoa, welcome to Derp with Kurp. What a derp today we had. It's an emergency one because I wasn't going to do one, but then my Nephilim engineer, Mark, finally got my next guest back that we had to cancel and move, so I got to get it done before I go to New Orleans. Also, I'm coming to New Orleans, KurpMasterComedy.com. Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be in New Orleans, so come to those shows. Okay, let me introduce my guest, Izzy Griffin. Bring Izzy Griffin out, Mark. Izzy, thank you for derping with us today.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That was awesome. Patoosh, that was so sick, dude.
I didn't want to interrupt Patoosh. Okay, I had to pull a lot of strings. It's a very catchy cartoon. A lot of people like it. They don't want to see the show. They would love to see Patoosh, but I had to talk to Izzy Griffin. What can you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so, Izzy, what's the name of your channel? And I've watched. I watched, I would say 2 or 3 of them, because you had a few that I thought were pretty interesting recently. But you talk mostly about symbology. That's the thing I've been getting way into. I've been derping pretty hard on that, if I'm being honest. So who the hell are you, and how'd you get into that?
Yeah, so my Instagram is just Izzy and Griffin. I have a Patreon. It's just Izzy and Griffin, same thing. Instagram, all that. But yeah, I think symbology is interesting because it's sort of, you're able to tell insanely complex stories with just very small amounts of information.
Yeah,
and
yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so really symbology is how I don't want to call them elites, because that's not what they are. They're sort of like parasitic, evil.
Ellen and her wife. Like, I mean, come on. Yeah, sure. There's a pile of little shoes in their English house, but they,
right.
There's other people doing stuff.
Yeah, and the symbology is really how they communicate. And like recently, I really was looking into sort of like the symbology with Epstein and stuff, and like his island and the bathhouse, and how everybody was talking about how it's like a Turkish bathhouse that his like little.
Oh, it's called a Phoenician. Well, they call it a Phoenician bathhouse. Well, now I'm gonna ask you this. Like, I'm just curious. I just want to know off the top of my head, because I watch a few of these. So explain just the stripes and the dome. Just explain the as you know it to be, because I'm curious if it's close to what I heard it was.
Yeah, so it does tie in with the Phoenicians, definitely, but it goes a little bit beyond that. So the dome obviously resembles like the Dome of the Rock when it comes to Jerusalem and the temples and all that, but the entire structure is actually based directly off of these temples / bathhouses that these Islamics would build in like the 13th century. And these were basically built by these enslaved peoples called the Mamluks. And the Mamluks were,
okay.
yeah, they were essentially just like slaves. That's literally what Mamluk translates to.
Didn't they take over eventually, though? Like, they're foreign slaves that are foreign mercenary. They work like, I don't know, like French Foreign Legion or something. Maybe that's not a good analogy, but they're like that. And then eventually they start trying to take over.
Yeah, and they started like running their own kind of thing. And it's really interesting because it kind of ties into this larger narrative when it comes to Epstein and the trafficking and the obviously like about the jerky code, right? Where they're using the word jerky to essentially refer to like human meat.
Well, I mean, we don't know. I don't know if you read the great Michael Tracy and Batia Unger, but those two 100% not paid for by Israel reporters are really explaining that you sound like a nutcase, sir.
Yeah, definitely. I've
crazy.
Yeah, I've been called crazy for the last 10 years, and I'm getting closer and closer though. It seems like every single time I'm a little closer to what's actually going on. But hey, we can only listen if the government says so. The government has approved
full disclosure.
Yeah. Yeah, the government has to tell me.
I don't look, when they said don't do your own research, I took that very seriously, and I have not since then. Okay. I derp a little bit. Okay. I derp a little bit in it, but I don't look into shit because this is the rabbit hole you go down. It's really,
well, you have Patoosh do it for you.
Oh, well, yeah, but Filipinos, I feel, were underrepresented in that cartoon, if I'm being honest. Filipinos, that's the Waymos have to call. They're not steering it. Is that what you thought? They're just, if the Waymos confuse it, calls a Filipino lifeline. That's all. It's not. And I thought the cartoon included the contributions of Filipinos as well as
Patoosh. Awesome.
Anyway, you were saying some crazy QAnon bullshit.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. No, but it ties into the grander narrative of like a lot of Islam being this sort of like broom of Judaism, and essentially people within Judaism. Yeah.
Did somebody say that? Who said that?
I mean, I've said it before, but it's a phrase. It's a phrase.
No, it's a phrase like from some like original Zionist, like Islam is the broom of Judaism. Like I've heard.
Yeah,
that
I swear to God. Yeah, I'm almost positive it is. It's like, yeah, because they really do use them to do their bidding in a lot of ways. And I think that the symbology of the temple ties into that in a lot of ways, right? Like he also, and I spoke to Sam Tripoli about this, that like Epstein got a piece of the Kaaba like directly delivered to him, like this big carpet shawl that he was using. And, that's all symbology.
How would you get a piece of the Kaaba stone? Now that's the thing that Muzzy's got to run around praying, right? It's like a golden, it almost looks like an asshole, and you go in and kiss it, and there's a black. I'm not familiar with their faith, but I do know.
Yeah,
that's a very. It used to be like you couldn't be a non-Muslim and even look at it or some shit, right?
You can't. You can't. You literally can't. Which even furthers the interesting aspects of that, right? But yeah, he literally asked like some Saudi Arabian guy, and they sent it to him. They're like, yeah, sure, and they cut a piece of this giant carpet that goes over it off, and they gave him the cloth. So, and the cloth goes.
Does he have a stone? Just the cloth.
No, he has it's a piece of the cloth. The cloth goes over.
That's fine.
They allow that. Whoever can have that.
Wait, what would the cloth do? I don't even understand what you would do with that.
I see, and that's the thing is, it's like he has all of these items that he's collected like he's fucking Voldemort, right? And he probably uses it for some sort of ritualistic thing or something to kind of flex on people like rich people do, but it's really interesting because it just shows how, in my opinion, connected these things are behind the guise of Judaism and Islam and Christianity and how they're all separate, but they do work in this way together behind the scenes, right?
A long time ago, the Templars hooked up with the Saracens. That's when they started getting in that weird. And by the way, pre-Kaaba stone, again, Tracy Twyman, can't recommend it enough. That's like the cobstones left over from their pagan times. Okay, so that Baphomet is like a mishmash. What do you call when all the religions hang out together? Ecumenical? Is that what
like
it is?
an egregorical kind of thing? Are you talking, or
I would call it alchemy, but when all the religions are getting together and mingling, and they call it ecumenicalism, like we can all get a coexist bumper sticker kind of shit. That's an alchemy. They're doing alchemy. So they'll say it to you if you watch that Timothy Hogan freak with the bags under his eyes, who's became a Templar when he was 8, and I promise you it was something in his butt, in my opinion, and he talked about how they try to keep things peaceful along the road, and they invented the first bank. Let's say the Templars are pieces of shit. They invented fucking banking. The original conspiracy, take shit over. Banking. Not the Jews, the Templars, supposed Holy Roman Catholics, right? Well, no, they're all part of the same mishmash, UN. It's all the same theme over and over. We're going to mix them all together so we can have control over the whole earth. And the reason that they have them fight each other is to see which ones are stronger, like gain of function research. And then that's the one that should rule the earth, because they're all eugenicists.
Well, and what's interesting too is like the Templars, the very name Baphomet comes from the Templars. Like Baphomet is likely a mistranslation of the word Baphomet. Baphomet is a word that they used for Muhammad. And so it's exactly like you're saying.
But not just that. This is what's in Twyman. So besides that, because I thought it wasn't that at all. I thought that was the chump level of story. And then, no, it doesn't work like that. It's actually a lot of yes and. So it's something of Meet, Mete, the goddess, the mother of Mitra,
right?
Or island of Meet or something, or father of Meet, and then it means father of Mitra or something. Mithras, it could mean. It also means it also means wisdom. It's the Atbash cipher of Sophia. So when they say Sophia, that's Baphomet. Supposedly that's wisdom.
Right.
It's all of that shit alchemically combined into this gross goat-headed dick thing that includes Ahura Mazda and who's the bad one of the Zoroastrians? I forget. Ahriman. There's a white and black serpent. I think it's Ahura Mazda and Ahriman is what I think it is. But they jammed the main thing though is we take all these like dead remnants of things and mix them together and we make a new fucking thing. The alchemy thing's the biggest, because you covered that, didn't you, with the rubido and the albedo and all that?
Yeah, I've talked about alchemy and the rebus and how it's essentially the culmination of the great work. And I mean, there's a ton of stuff like that. But yeah, it is what you're saying, right? Because the Baphomet stuff that's sort of what you get to if you look right past what the Pope his official statements were as to why he disbanded them, right? But then, like you're saying, you get into Tracy Tywin's research and her like actually communing with Baphomet. And what's crazy is, it's crazy because like I kind of thought that was a little out there, and I actually researched a bunch of Tracy Tywin before this. No, and it's really crazy because I'm the person like. I am skeptic, and a lot of times the things that I look into are genuinely just so crazy that I can no longer be skeptical of things. That's like how I kind of got to where I am. But a lot of the Tracy Tywin stuff, I've always understood Baphomet as more of a symbol. Like it's very much a symbol that represents essentially the principality of like as above, so below, right? That's like what the entire thing is. It's beast and human. It's light and dark.
Dick downstairs, tits up top. Then that's what I don't.
Yeah. It's a little of everything, a mishmash. But it's interesting because Tracy Tywin is like talking about communing with the spirit of Baphomet, and I'm like, yeah, okay, sure you are. But then
she said it. Okay, the way she said it, she goes, because she's a skeptic of it. She doesn't have any beliefs on it. She didn't find Jesus, so she's like, I just want to see what'll happen. The part where it gets creepy is that her and whoever at the time, her husband or something, they get a series of dreams to build a better Ouija board, which they build, and they show you the design that you can make at home. And you can see it was made with making it easier to communicate. So you can innovate. So that reminds me of like an AI fucking programming a better app than the previous one, like the scariness of that. So that's what first like, and as it goes on, she never started like judging it. Like usually you have to make judgments if you look at this. Like I judge it before I even go in. It's probably not the best way to learn it, but I'm like, it's so gay, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't stand how GAEH gay it is. Like,
yeah.
Like,
the chat. Stop freaking out.
Why is it gay? It's like it's gay. It's so like rituals and goofy fucking shit and all every kind of mind slavery there is. You know?
Dude, okay. Have you ever met someone who like really does the ritual stuff? Like they're into it?
Yeah, well, I know a lot of OCD people. It's the same shit.
The light just flicking light switches on the whole conversation.
Well, I work as a Shabbos goy on the weekend, so
oh, okay,
that's out of town this Saturday, flipping light switches and turning on ovens for people.
Yeah, leave your coffee pot on so you can have some fresh coffee.
Well, but I do a lot of light switch flipping. I can make my nut if I do enough Shabbos on the weekend.
That's
I forgot.
That's fun. No, but just to kind of tie it all in, like Tracy, it's just interesting because a lot of the stuff I thought it was very like, okay, she's communing with this deity, but a lot of the things do genuinely add up.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. It's super crazy because I thought it was kind of like a little out there, but the thing is
dead now.
Yeah, you see, and that's even another thing that's even more interesting. But the people, like you're saying, like the people who are super into the rituals, and I've spoken to some people that are really in it. Like they really, they're real big Crowley people, and it's just funny. It's funny because Crowley was just like a drug addict, and like I've been a drug addict before, and it's just. You just do what drug addicts do, which is you do drugs, and then you have like weird excuses for why you do shit that you do.
I stink up a house on the lake and bring the Loch Ness monster into this world.
I
did a lot of fuck ups, okay, but I never fucked up. Well, wait, but he's also a vicious pederast, and it's in his diaries, and they always leave that out. It really bothers me.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too, is people who are into Crowley they have a very narrow view of him, and they almost can't get outside of the view of what anyone else would view him as. But it's funny because he has these writings, right, where Crowley talks about like in order to summon a being or something, everything has to be right, the right candles and the right scents and the right fabrics, and everything has to be right. And it's kind of actually like what you're saying. It's like a big OCD kind of rocking
like
back
the
and
rider,
forth.
like things have a rider, like they send you their rider ahead of time of what has to be in the room. A small blonde boy with blue eyes, and like he's like Mariah Carey. I'm summoning Mariah Carey. These are not the right pillows.
Yeah. My rider for this was the Patoosh video. I needed some Indian slander.
I apologize again for interrupting Patoosh. I want everyone to know it was just an emergency. Okay, normally who would want to watch this shit when Patoosh is on? But we had to cut into it. What do you do? This is stuff you got to know. Let me read some super chats right now before I get bogged down with super chats, and then I complain to the fans of like, can you stop sending me money? One of the worst shows ever made. I don't know. Okay, USA Patriot. Cricket says, how many apes are grape ape if grape apes? Serious question. That's a quote from the Epstein emails, I believe, and I don't think we know what it means yet. Don't jump to conclusions. Okay. Hey, Maroid Hurt says, my wife Susan won't watch you, Derp Kurp, but we'll hang in the background just to make sure I don't super chat. Well, she's doing a bang up job. Golgothan, any luck booking Justin Sledge for the Esoterica channel? No, but we'll hit him up again. Now that this show's getting way bigger, he'll want to come along because I think he does magic when I watch him now. From what Justin Sledge, right? You seen his show?
Yeah.
No, I would watch it a lot because it was like good. He's like a college professor because I want to get the academic thing, so I know when someone's saying a goofy thing like Tracy Twyman, what connects. Like you need to have all of it. That's why her shit's really eerie to me because it does connect with all these people's stuff. And I have yet to hear a scholarly person say her research is not good. Have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard that either. Yeah.
Dude, Joseph B. Farrell goes, it's astonishing. I had Jazz Jabrone, Jason Giorgiani on. He was like, it's incredible. These are all like people that would be like snotty about it if they thought your research sucked ass,
Right.
Let's see. Corey 734. Be careful of voodoo. Is it Vodon or Voodon in New Orleans, Kurp? I think of New Orleans as Halloween store, Florida. Okay. DJ Camwell, long time Derper, first time Merper. Okay, Fu Mansion, 8 Claw podcast when? I guess I do coke again? That's a lot of claws in one podcast, dude. What's wrong with the nice 3 claws, the exact right amount? What's wrong with the right moderation for the effects I want rather than being out of control? I ask you. Well, Izzy says he can't do it. He's sober. And good for you. Kurp and Izzy look into March 3rd, 2026. Purim is that when Esther killed
I think so. Yeah.
Esther?
Yeah. Purim is, that's the Esther one. I'm pretty sure.
Purim falls in this date. This is the blood full moon. There will be 3 blood moons in a row annually during Purim. Home for Purim. I keep thinking of that Christopher Guest documentary. This has not happened since the times of Jesus. Well, here's the thing. I believe you with this because I know these people are really into this. This is a thing that previously, dude, I'll blank out because I'm like, oh my God, just go. What are you getting your period talking like this way to me? But they go, this is something big to these people. If you're born on an eclipse, or I know somebody was born, their mother was born on an eclipse and they were born on an eclipse. So it's like a big deal in the world of Harry Potter bullshit. And so, it might be a big deal.
Well, there was a lot of the Nuremberg stuff fell on Purim dates, and there's a lot of stuff with that. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, there's a real ritual significance. Look, they call the Holocaust, it means burnt offering.
Yeah.
You understand? So, the Rothschilds, who I don't think they're good Jews, just like if anybody's Jewish and they want to feel protective of Rothschilds, why? Do you think they are your friends? I have many Jewish friends that are my friends, and I know the Rothschilds would not like them, and they would not like Rothschilds because Rothschilds are maybe lizard people posing. I don't know what the fuck they are, but dude, burnt offering, they founded Israel. It almost, and I don't want to say I'm scholarly, like someone purposely wanted to kill a bunch of Jews as a burnt offering to get this land they wanted, and they don't care about other Jews because they're like Aleister Crowley's of Jews. So they would come up with some evil ass shit to prey on Jews, and I think that's what the Rothschilds are. Okay. I will never look at Don't Tread on Me flag the same way again. Yeah, do tread on me. I have the Step on Me Mommy flag. I don't know if you
I've seen this.
Watch The Holy Mountain by Alejandro Jodorowsky. He's friends with John Lennon and John Lilly. In one scene, he's the Hat Man. The Old Religion movie. I've been meaning to watch. Have you seen that?
I've seen clips of the Holy Mountain. It kind of freaks me out. I like Jodorowsky. He's interesting, but it's a little too like I start feeling weird. It feels weird.
Yeah, because he's doing some kind of his whole movies. Do you ever see him talking about Dune? He's like, I wanted to grape the story, and I guess the author wasn't. What's the author's name? He wasn't into it. Herbert was like, what?
Well, yeah, he oriented his entire son's life around being this fucking character from Dune. It's like a little much.
He just makes the guy castrated, and it's he's some kind of creepy ass like wizard, and that's what this shit is. I didn't know there was a bunch of MK Monarch Monroe slaves, and the Hat Man, according to Mark, my Nephilim engineer, Hat Man is what's the name? How do you say it? Papa Legba, but the real name, Mark.
Baba, you almost had it. Baba Legba. It's like a voodoo sort of.
It's not Papa Leg. I thought it was like a Gaga Legba is the name, and then it's Papa Legba is the nickname. But you're saying there's Baba, like a
Baba Legba. And,
okay. So that means
the witch trials back in the Puritan Massachusetts colonies. The woman who was at the center.
Tituba saw Papa Legba, and she wasn't even black. She was Indian.
Stuff. Yeah, that's a big sort of occult thread in New England.
The Hat Man, dude. What my buddy Gino is the fish on Y-Files. That's his brother. That does that. And they had a whole thing on the Hat Man. I always thought it was weird. The Hat Man always has a hat, but depending on your culture, the hat might be different.
Jim Keith, the author of the book I gave you, he has another book about the Men in Black, and he connects Baba Legba to the Men in Black. So nowadays, people have the Men in Black come to them after they, have a so-called encounter with aliens. Well, maybe if they're having some kind of demonic possession, this guy would be like the, you know, demon
dude.
to check on you.
That's
on
what Smart Chain and what's his name we're talking about.
Steve Mara.
Yeah, and Mara and Smart Nathaniel Gillis. We call him Smart Chain on this show. Smart Chain Gillis. Smart Chain's got a whole thing about necronetics. He calls it. It's like this is like a race of necromancers. He says.
Yeah, that's what the whole Epstein stuff is about: transferring consciousness, creating seed babies, and yeah.
So when you hear Orlando, what's his name? The guy from That's So Raven, the crazy black guy who says, "What's his name is so and so." He's talking about that shit. He's talking about necromancy and fucking body hop and all that.
There's some Isaac Cappy stuff with that too. When Isaac Cappy will say Jay-Z is Epstein, he's talking about how it's one of two things.
Cappy said that?
Yeah. Isaac Cappy has said he'll say like Hillary Clinton is Epstein, and it's either referring to what you're saying, it's like a consciousness swap, or it's them all using Epstein as one universal sort of alias.
Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. There's also a thing with my friend Emma. I did her imagination podcast very recently. I think it's coming out tonight. And one of her early episodes, this guy Nicholas, this German guy, how did he put it? He said they tried to get him to join with Lucifer, who was a plasma ball of inverted souls. So if you ever hear these people's wild stories about these programs, whatever, they said that they can it's almost corporate. It's like entities forming, or that's what think of Legion in the Bible as a corporation. Mm-hmm. We are Legion Co., a division of Satan Corp. You know, like that's what they are.
Yeah.
And so that thing of joining your soul, they're all about that. That's the alchemy shit. They're all about like rebusing people up from just being a normal pee-pee or wee-wee to being the fabled pee-wee wee-pee or whatever the fuck. I don't know how you alchemy it, but
100%.
And then, dude, you ever see Donald Marshall, the guy who talks about the cloning labs from back around the same time Tracy Twyman was around?
No, I haven't heard of that.
You never saw that?
Donald Marshall, I've heard of things old. Like that. I don't know. I'm not sure about specifically Donald Marshall, but
he claimed that he was writing songs for famous.
He claims to have written all the songs while being at the clone labs.
This is right up your alley.
Out of REM sleep into these labs, and it's in Canada, the stadium. And Queen Elizabeth was there, and all these people had signed contracts, so they go there at night in their dreams. They pull them right out. This is a story. I don't know. It's just weird.
Right.
And there's these little things called vril lizards that look like a gross version of the crab people from South Park.
Yeah, I know about the vril. Yeah.
Now I've heard variations on that of a thing going through your eye and putting something into your brain. That they all range from being like either an alien thing or like this clone thing, all the way to their another dimensional thing, and it all revolves around the same thing of getting droned. They call it.
Right.
If you get droned, whatever the fuck that means, that sounds to me like they're all the same hive minding up together, you know. But like I said, it's hard to tell. And then a lot of times it's all of the above. It's not like one or the other.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. Like if it's almost like a reptilian hive mind consciousness, and that's why they need to do these rituals and to feed on like human flesh to keep the spirit of like, Baal or something active within all of them.
So I just got a text from my friend who goes, I met this entity Legba on 33rd Parallel in Long Beach, California, disguised as an old man offering me a record deal. That's funny as shit, dude. Because all these musicians, you ever see? I was talking about with somebody else. You ever see what's his name? From 3-6 Mafia, Crunchy Black. That's how he talks. I met the devil. We were nothing. We were all right today, but he like brings the devil's soul, so he'll be fine when he dies because he paid him off. I don't understand where he thinks this lore-wise how that would work, but he seems to think it. But a lot of people talk about meeting Satan himself or Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
didn't you ever think about that?
About Bob Dylan, or just
did you ever the video about the 27 Club? Was that you talking about that?
I've seen a lot of 27 Club stuff. I mean, that stuff is all pretty interesting. Like it started with Robert Johnston down in the Delta. So for it to be very Baba Legba-esque makes sense, like it to be this kind of like cool black guy with an accent who's like ready to take your soul and sell it for you,
Well, it's like I think he's like literally black like a shadow. All right, let me go to the next one. That's a good question. Kathy O'Brien, go to that one. Kathy O'Brien mentions in her book that Bill Clinton used Jesuit hand gestures to switch her personality. I wonder if those gestures look like the weird hand gestures from Charlie Kirk's Offing. So the weird ones, the only ones I saw was the guy going like this. But I don't know what those Jesuit. Have you ever heard anything like this about Jesuit hand gestures to switch you to alter personalities?
Not to alter personalities, but I've seen it to sort of like, kind of like a mudra, actually, like to alter your own inner state or to like calm yourself. But I've seen the graphics. They do have graphics that will show people doing whatever. I'm not going to do any hand gestures because people will accuse me.
Can you explain the mudra thing to people? Because I thought this is like the diamond of manifestation or something, but explain the mudra.
So different mudras correlate to different like chakras. It kind of depends. There are different iterations of it. But
Naruto ninja shit, you're gonna tell me.
Yeah, literally. Like different mudras will be correlated to different either zodiacal things or different chakra energy levels within the body, right? So there's like the root chakra, there's the heart chakra, and you can do different hand things to sort of access different realms. And that's kind of like where you also get the ideas of like in Naruto, where they're like doing fire horse hand thing, because depending on what sort of zodiacal framework you're working with, it can tap into different ones of those. So and usually it's like an Eastern thing, right? So it's like a Patoosh kind of a thing.
Though. It looks like it is spread from there everywhere. Or to me, I like.
Yeah, there's different like. Shit. Yeah, there's different things and different ways of doing it, but typically, like, you know, it's kind of like the peace sign,
Oh, the broken Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about this one, not the hippie one. That's actually called the broken Jew.
Well, this one is an alteration of the V for victory. This used to mean V for victory in the World War II era. But what you're saying, the peace sign actually is an inverted sigil. It's an inverted Nordic rune that means it means like life. And so they flipped it upside down and turned it upside down, and now it means it literally means death. The peace sign is literally a death rune. That's what it means. Okay,
so it
literally means death in war.
It was Peter is crucified upside down because he's not as good as. So originally the upside down cross is Peter going, I'm not even as good as Jesus, so make me upside down. Okay, right. That's the story. So it's not meant to be, right? But the peace sign. Now the actual peace sign, if you look this up, it's not going to tell you any of this shit. It's going to say it's based on like aircraft carrier flags.
Yeah, that's what it'll say.
Like that.
It'll say nuclear disarmament.
Nukes.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself. I don't believe you. I don't believe it's what it is. I think it's older than that. The guy, and I don't believe everything Zachary King's saying because he's Catholic. I'm going to be honest about my prejudice. There's no way you're telling me the whole truth if you're a fucking Catholic. So it's just not possible. It's just not possible that a Mary worshiper is going to tell me the entire truth. Not because they're a bad person, but because how would they have it? They're a fucking Mary worshiper. You understand? So this motherfucker converted from being a Satanist in the World Church of Satan until the Virgin Mary appeared to him and switched him over. And he don't look insincere at all, dude. Not at all. So I think his story is partially true. Certain aspects are true, but I think it's that Jesuit shit. And then they do the dialectic on you, dude. They make it's like old pimp 1920s Italian and Jewish mafia type pimps. They would do diabolical shit. You've heard about this where they have the girl raped and then they go, oh, we'll never let that happen to you again. And then you come in as the savior after the trauma. It's called mind control. Pimps do it. Well, the whole population of this country's a fucking hoe. And so anyway, that's what that I mean, it's just that simple, dude. You Zachary King, I think he started as a kid and all this like child porn. I believe he did that shit. The part where I just think it's like the Michael J. Fox movie, The Frighteners. You ever see that?
I haven't seen it.
Peter Jackson movie with Michael J. Fox, and he works with two ghosts to haunt houses and then fake exorcise them.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
It was great movie. Justin Sledge. From watching Justin Sledge, I was surprised to learn that that's a story. I don't know if it's in the Talmud or somewhere, but it's a Kabbalah story. It's a Kabbalah story of a rabbi getting a Russian leader's daughter possessed and then saving. and he put the demon in her foot and then got rid of it. So it saved a bunch of Jews. Kind of Purim, like a real black magic Purim.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right for Hollywood.
Well, there's only so many themes you can go off. I'm a writer, dude. I'm telling you, like, if I hear a story like that in the back of my head without even intending to, I will probably subconsciously come up with something because I heard of that.
Well, that's the idea of like the archetype. Like, there's only so many stories, and there's so many archetypal themes that exist, and that is like what is so interesting and horrific about what Hollywood is doing right now, which is where they're literally taking the archetypes, and because they're trying to bring about new things, especially with that we're moving into the age of Aquarius, they're altering these archetypes and trying to literally change them into things that are not natural. But yeah, it's like there's only
they program you. That's a great way to put it, dude. They program you with this bullshit Luke Skywalker shit. The hero's journey. Joseph Campbell's not a good guy, by the way. He was in on this blue beam religious experience psyop shit because he's a guy that studied how myths work. All these assholes came together to work with the fuckbag CIA and a bunch of Nazis and a bunch of, I don't even know what to call them. I'm gonna call them gay Satanists, but they wouldn't. The old religion they would call it, and they all came together to control you with this archetype bullshit. Those are the Legos, and then that's why, dude, I never understood why people would go. Like, I didn't think I could do that until a guy that looked like me did it once. I thought I wasn't allowed to be a thing because there were no guys. Whatever you want to plug in your own dumb shit identity that I couldn't give less of a fuck about. Plug it in. I didn't know a white guy could play basketball. Right? Just plug your dumb shit in of your fucktard identity in, and there you go. There's your programming. But when your first dark black guy got laid, I knew I could get laid, even though they only like the other kind of blood Chinese. Fuck that shit. Everybody that gravitated to, I hope you got out of your system because it was always a scam, and it's how you're controlled, like the bitches you are. By the way, I'm in the Epstein files. Did I tell you that?
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Anybody important is okay. Number one, Izzy, are you in them?
I've looked. I didn't see you. I'm not.
I was there and I didn't see you. I didn't do a crime at all. I want to make that clear. I just was on a show that Epstein was invited. Comedy Central, some David Tell stand-up show I did, and I think it's the episode. I think I could be wrong, but if I'm right, it was where I was in the Fat Black Pussycat getting ready to film, which apparently was Epstein's birthday, and somebody whose name's blacked out had invited him to see the taping. Didn't get to meet him, okay? Never got to meet the man. Ships passing in the night. But I remember being at the bar, and it was me, Earthquake, and Jesse Joyce. Jesse Joyce used to write with Greg Giraldo. And Earthquake, everybody loves Earthquake. Every comic, I never met a comic that didn't like Earthquake. Earthquake's wearing like this yellow kind of stripy sweater, okay? So it is important because when the assistant comes to tell us where to go, he goes, okay, Kurt, I want you to go. This is your mark, and blah, and Jesse. And then he turns to Earthquake. And he goes, Bumblebee, you're gonna come in from the he didn't even like, so couldn't remember his name, but he's just like, it's probably Bumblebee because that yellow, he's got a yellow sweater. He called him Bumblebee. He knew it was like a fake name.
Yeah.
He just took a guess and he wanted to seem confident, not as dude, me and Jesse, Earthquake was laughing too. That's one of the funniest things I ever saw. Anyway, I wonder if Epstein was there. Anyhow, even if I did eat a baby, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Or any of you? Nothing. There ain't gonna be no arrest. There's no arrests. Even the ones in Europe, those are gonna be bullshit. Here, there's gonna do nothing. They're gonna do nothing. So if I eat a baby, fuck you. Do something, bitch. You'll do nothing. Like you always do. Go vote like a bitch and then go watch a Super Bowl like a fucking moron. You'll do nothing. In fact,
well, that's like
I ate 3 babies. You'll do nothing. Okay, sorry. I end up in a purity spiral about pedo cannibalism sometimes.
No, dude, I totally get it. No, it's funny, like, because if you're ever on Instagram and you read the comments, anything related to anything, like the top 5 comments will just be, well, how about those files? And it's like, dude, if you don't know how to like actually read what is in them and what they're actually talking about, like there's stuff in there that is real, but there's stuff in there that's also like completely just not real and insane.
is
It's just-
real. Is real? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yep. You
No,
you got the
people-
code.
Look, yeah, I just cracked it. There's a bunch
You
of
cracked the code.
Twitter is lousy with Hasbara, and because I've ever looked, and I another thing I'd like to make that, and I'm sure I don't know if you X it's called now, Izzy, but why does X keep sending me submissive Japanese blowjob pornography? Now I assume this happens to you as well, and to everyone else, and for shame, X, you think just because I'm on Twitter, I would look at something like submissive Japanese blowjobs? Why am I being bombarded with this? I'd like to register my complaint officially right now. And Izzy, I don't know, maybe you're into that thing. I'm not, but isn't it weird that every time it's either Israel Hasbara or submissive Japanese blowjobs, and I just don't get it.
They have their own Patoosh working on you, extracting information subconsciously from you. That's what it is.
You
They
think I have a
know.
guardian Patoosh watching?
You have a
over
guardian
me?
Patoosh that watches everything you do. And
Do you think
especially
Crowley's-
now, dude, now they have probably several Patooshes on you because of your importance from the files. So
Whoa. You
have
are
several.
erased from society, sir. All right, wait, let's see. Do you think Epstein's eugenic bastard children are going to rise to power? Yeah, they're called Momdami. He didn't, I would say it's the height of power. He works for the Soros boy. Dude, you see people complaining about Krav Maga Momdami?
yeah, Mamdani, I fucking hate that guy, but it's just so funny. People, have you seen the
There's no
people
guy there, it's
protesting?
fake.
And they're like, "We trusted you. We
What did he do
trusted
now?
you." They're crying. They're
what
crying
did
that
he
they
do?
trust. He was just mentioned in the files, and so that there's people that were protesting outside of his $2 million Manhattan apartment, and they were like, "We trusted you," because his mom is in the files. His mom was
No,
at a party
yeah,
with like Bill
Epstein's
Gates. and
dad is
stuff.
my guess. My guess is Epstein's his fucking dad. But I was saying for a whole year before when I watched Stupid, and if you were on the right or the left, I want you to know I look down on you, and I think you are much dumber than I am. Please know that. I can't, it's hard for me to show you any respect if I know you're loyal to left or right. Because at this point, dude, pro wrestling, if you still believe pro wrestling's real, I have more respect for you. Because at least those guys are getting hurt for real and whatever. Like, if you think this is real, just like, go get your booster. Go get another booster if you think it's real. Anyway, he was a fake from the start. He's an Indian rapper. Okay, so you got Patooshed. Don't be mad because you got,
He got
Patooshed.
Patoosh.
We all get Patooshed. X took away where, dude, so funny. Every time I see people complain about what is with this horse lolly coming into my X account. You know, if you look at a porn, they send you whatever you looked at, and a couple of geniuses have complained about the porn they get. When it's very obvious it's because they looked it up.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knew I was joking when I was doing that, but I don't give a shit. And I'm in the Epstein files, and I had 3 lemonades with Seinfeld, and dude, when Bobby Slayton's in there, I really did go, no! I started screaming no. Because they're like, Mr. Slayton needs a pizza immediately. I'm like, oh, God, no! Bobby, no! What's worse, a town ran by Freemasons or Jesuits? Well, if you know how towns are laid out, you'll know that the compass or the town square, one side points to the Jesuits and one side points to the Protestant. So they're all together. They all came together quite some time ago. Don't get hung up on these names. Some people are Freemasons and they're totally cool. You think you get to be in the fucking pizza party just because you're in Freemasons? You don't. These are all like layers of filter to see if you're going to do as you're told. Really, look, you could take the Freemasons and you could take something like I don't know, a fucking like a weekly basketball game of important people. And it's the same thing. It's just networking, you know, and you show people that have a like-minded flock together. You know, I Mark gets me always, you know, like you got a channel I like to watch. All these people have a thing I'm interested in. What happens? I end up talking to them. All right, a lot of people I keep in touch with, and we pass information. That's just normal shit. So if you're a pizza enthusiast like Rabbi Portnoy, remember Rabbi Portnoy eats pizzas?
yeah. Light 7 too.
That boy, going back, I mean, he really was talking about pizza in those videos, as far as I can tell, but it don't sound good now.
Yeah.
The guy with the pizza reviews says it's a scam. But if you'll notice, anybody telling you that Epstein files are a nothing burger, they're all of them hardcore Zionist. I wouldn't even think Israel was involved as much as I think if it hadn't been for the amount of rabid, like you got your Bataya Ungers, who's like a fucktard kind of Zionist. Like she's a chick who just is going to not, information won't go in her head. That's a lot of kind of chicks. And then on the male end of it, you got your Shapinos, your Ben Shapiros, and your fucking, like your aggressive dickhead where they do like, they absolutely ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. But yo, none of you should talk because all you're doing is really amping up that it's like Israel's really at fault. Like I wouldn't think it's as fault as it is unless they had, without them talking how they do.
Right.
Let's see. Anyway, I don't know what's worse. Census designated towns, those are worse. Found out from Blair White Russell. Census designated town means they don't have their own police force. So a lot of people move those towns to do some wild shit. Okay. Why are you 4K on Jimmy Dore but 140p here? I don't know. Do you think that Patoosh has something to do with it? I don't know. I can your eyes even tell the difference? Mine can't. I'm old. Okay, I'm comfy. Oh, thanks for the $50. To say nothing, but that's fine. Easy. Hey, that's easy.
Straight
easy
support.
This is straight support. FC ran Reddit POL. Tracy said that was the only one she used. Right. Reddit. Oh, poll. Right. But you have to understand the way FC ran poll is not like, yeah, like him running it is not like. Notice nobody knew until just now. So he's like very silent partner. He would step in and probably cut shit out if he wanted. I think that's what they do on Reddit. I never used Reddit, but yeah, Ghislaine fucking Maya ran all of Reddit, right? She was the big enthusiast of the oceans. Tracy said she's the only one she used. She knew Isaac. Isaac talked about Epstein. She went to FBI. Isaac derped off the. I don't want to call that derping. I'm going to say it for the record. I don't think that should be called a derping. I think it's that's more of a serping. Tracy found hanging, supposed covered in dirt. I saw that on Sean Atwood. The guy was saying she had dirt down her back, but I had Chris Knowles on, and I had the dude from what's his name, Mark? The guy for that was on the show should be on. I'm blanking out his name. Mark.
The guy from what?
You just put out super bad.
Oh, Mark, what is the guy's name who had Tracy on all the time, and we talked to him on this show? Not Chris Knowles, who was her friend, but the other guy. RX something was the name of the podcast. Remember?
Yeah, I'm blanking out too. No, I don't remember.
I don't know. It's up to I apologize, dude. I'm fucking anyway. Like there's a lot of consent you have to give to get drawn into the thing where you get dragged on your back and there's dirt on your back and you slip inside it yourself. Like a lot of this stuff is not allowed to be done unless you, wittingly or not, are consenting by going into the wrong way. So, for example, but I'm not saying it's about her for that's between her and whatever. But when she started a secret society where you send your blood in because Baphomet told her, that's going to draw you in where you're in somebody else's jurisdiction that you don't want to be in. What happened?
Sorry, my thing is like cutting out super bad. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. Let's see. What's next? Reddit. When Kurp gets aliens on the pod for a good derpity do, it needs to be a 33 car pod. That's too many. And not because the alcohol content is low, but that is going to make, dude, I'm going to probably have to stop drinking them all together because I'm getting fucking fat. I hurt my arm and I haven't worked out in a while. And now I'm just getting fat. It's just sugar. Okay.
Kurt,
if I wanted to get drunk like that, I would drink shots. You understand?
You were thinking of Greg Carlwood earlier? Is that who you were thinking of?
Yes. Higher side chat. Sorry, Greg. I apologize.
I got my wires crossed because the guest we're having on Tuesday is another person who knew Tracy Twyman or worked in similar realms.
Yo, Steve Mara knew about that black weird goo that you drink that comes out of the snake's fangs. I couldn't believe that. That's wild. Have you seen Chuck Swindoll's Junior's version of the Khazarian Mafia? I will have him on, Chuck Swindoll. I have seen him before. I think the Khazarian Mafia thing's a real loser of an angle, okay? You need to look at the spiritual DNA more than the physical DNA. Remember, it's religion, not a fucking race. I know chosen, but that's to have the Messiah from your bloodline, so that would be Jesus, so whatever. Thank you for your service, but that's done now. But fucking that Khazarian thing was invented by a Jewish secular guy who was trying to separate race from religion. So he had, his research wasn't all that good. He had a kind of noble intent, which was like, I don't want to be killed just because like I don't believe in this. Why should I get killed over this? Like it's my race, and that's why he pushed that. But it's really DNA has shown there's a percentage, of course, of Khazarians, but the original idea where I see people that like push that all the time, that came from a Jewish guy trying to disengage from having to be lumped in with every other Jew. And it's I don't want to say debunk because it means nothing to say debunk, but that's what it is, dude. So I don't know if Chuck Swindoll knows that, but I know he knows a lot of shit about Rosicrucians and how they suck. So I do want to have him on for that. Absolutely. Okay, what's next? My new hot take is that I've been waiting for your new hot take to come out finally. The J.E. Woody Allen accent is just gay voice for PDF files. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the laughs. He does sound like Woody Allen. Did you hear him talk?
He has that weird affect.
Oh, if I could just okay, I'm a little more Sandler there. All right, yo, Kurp, looking to black people, BLK people. I assume that means black people. And the link to oxygen. We even have smaller lungs. Well, you have the same lungs as mountain white people. Actually, in fact, when Sam Talent was here with his boys, and some of them, like they're not all of them were in shape guys. Put it that way. They all got more wind than me because they all grew up on a mountain. So high. So here's the best way to put it. Remember how Dolph Lundgren in the 80s, and I'm old, but Dolph Lundgren dated Grace Jones, and if you looked at him, Grace Jones looked like somebody painted Dolph Lundgren black and made him a woman. They both have the same lung capacity, I assure you. Go look at it. High altitude breathing. Okay, wait. Explains the color. Well, I don't know why it explains the color. And by the way, I've never been like, can someone explain black people's color to me? That's one rabbit hole I've never been dying to understand because it feels like I feel like we've figured out how that works. Okay.
We was lungs and shit.
No, but high altitudes, and it was funny when they were talking about it was like they're Superman under a yellow sun when they're down here with the lowlanders, and their only superpowers they can drink beer a lot. Okay,
yeah.
Is that even a power to have to spend more on beer? I don't think so. I was at Arlington Draft House. Oh, and I watched the crowd. This is the first time I saw women laughing uncontrollably and men staring daggers at you. Okay, dude, Arlington Draft House. I was doing crowd works when I got on for the first two shows. It was all the shows, but I think I know what they're referring to, what show this was. So this woman was dying, and so I made a joke of like, I know you're tired from a long day of redacting Epstein files, and a few people like laughed pretty hard at it. I was like, and because they had been, one lady had been doing that all day, and these gay guys also. I think it was the gay guys staring at me because they're very protective of that Comet Pizza, like either because
that's their thing. That's secretly their thing.
Well. That some certainly, and then some are just like protect power no matter what.
Right.
Dude, my girl's been watching the America's Top Model. Have you seen the Top Model Netflix documentary?
No, I haven't.
You want to see mind control, like how it works, broken down for you beautifully, and Epstein shit, and this piece of shit Tyra Banks and her dumb fuck. Awful narcissist, gay, not even friends because they don't talk no more. And they're just, it's not because of who they're fucking, by the way, why they suck so bad. They are the most like aesthetic bullshit people who only think of themselves. Any one of them, okay? Not saying they do this, but let's say we knew for sure if you eat a baby, it'll keep you young. Any one of them would do that in a heartbeat. Any one of them. You could tell in 5 seconds. Just destroyed these dumb girls who want to be models, and they're all like, the one girl works at a fucking Walgreens now because she got her boyfriend dumped her because she cheated on the show, but actually she was passed out and raped.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're all talking like it's no big deal. Fuck the Epstein files. Don't worry about that. Watch this thing and explain to me why any of this is okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, like the programming women go through from childhood is like insane. Yes. Like Moana. Like Moana is like, oh, defy your father and all your customs, and then go do whatever you want, and you'll be right.
Wait. Oh, wait. Are you talking about Mulan?
Moana, like the Hawaiian island one, where it's like defy your father and dude, or like Frozen. Frozen is like, oh, this lady literally kills a bunch of people and then like is super selfish, and then the whole thing is like, yeah, just be yourself and like create eternal winter and it's
shit. Dude, exactly.
Yeah,
right. So
it's like fucking crazy.
I got my buddy Gary from Neurotic, who I love that guy, by the way. Fucking Gary lost his business and he has a great channel. Good for fucking Gary. And I hope he trashes Marvel and Disney forever and makes a fine living at it because he deserves it after what these fucks did to his business. But I mean, fuck Disney and fuck comic books and fuck all that shit. It's all programming. The fact that you're noticing it sucks. If they hadn't changed it to that awful shit, you would be trapped in Bavarian folklore programming your whole fucking
you'd
life.
never know. You'd
Thank
never
you,
know.
Catherine, or what's her name? Kathleen
Kennedy.
Yeah, blackmailing Spielberg and Lucas, lesbo witch. Thank you, bitch. Thank you for letting me see that Star Wars is horse shit. I knew deep down it was just Dune for retarded people. And I can admit that now. If you hadn't turned into a dingbat feminist retard thing, I would have been a fan of it and been like, well, I missed the good stuff. I would go see a Star Wars. I would watch it. Well, as a grown man who has no kids, I would watch it if you hadn't ruined it. Thank you, bitch. Thank you. All right, what am I doing? All right, let's go to the next one. I'm going to go off on a rant. It's not. Can you explain why Catholics love Mary so much? Because a bunch of fucking creeps brought it into Ireland. I think it's Templars really wanted to bring the divine feminine worship back. But it's a number of Kabbalah. And again, Kabbalah's not just for Jews. It goes back to Sumeria and fucking.
It's like a version of Sophia kind of a deal. Mariology and all that.
Yeah. Yes. That's
Mother of Heaven kind of shit.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's a great way to put it. All right. What's next? Nothing? Ronnie James Dio created the rock and roll devil sign. Oh, you're right. I forgot you did. You know about this, right? Izzy?
Yeah. Yep. Dude, I actually just saw a video of Ronnie James Dio. I've been on a big ball kick lately. I've been like studying ball worship and how fucking crazy it really is. And
I'm
it's
in the
literally everywhere.
ball torture.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's really what I'm doing. Actually, it's a guise for that. Really.
Balls,
yeah. But Ronnie James Dio was talking about how he like summoned the deity Ball while doing an album.
Their album up and they said no thanks to Ball. Thank everyone but Ball.
Yeah, it's crazy. They like
and
the guy. Yeah, I guess the deity pushed someone down the stairs and like a bunch of crazy stuff. But it's interesting because the devil horn hand sign resembles a bull and the Aeon of Taurus and all that shit. It's all intertwined.
If I put it behind your head, I've cucked you. Because I'm the bull. I'm the Kid Rock bull. Remember Kid Rock? I am the bull god. Now, in fairness, maybe he was just talking about Athos the bull, but isn't that the same fucking bull?
It's all the same thing. It's all one big.
It's all one big fucking dick in your mouth. Yeah, the ball thing is wild, dude. And Sean Atwood, who I had on, I love that dude, man. But he had Epstein's niece. Anya something? Is it Anya Epstein?
I've seen that.
And she sounded wild, but she's the first one I saw bring up that they worship Baal. And then all of a sudden, and she really did, she said there was drugs making people see them as lizards. They have a drug that was doing that. I've heard many stories. Jay Parker says his parents bemoan not having enough genetic corruption to shapeshift like Buzz Ware. This is in Arden, Delaware. So there's every range of story with this. So I'm not sure what's what, to be honest. But the Baal thing pops up again and again, not Molech, Baal. Maybe the same thing. Don't know.
Yeah. From what I understand, Moloch is the actual action of the child sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're interchangeable really. But it's just crazy how the Baal worship is literally entwined in everything. So much so that I actually think that the deity Yahweh is it is literally an iteration of Baal in a way. The Justin Sledge, who you were talking about earlier, he talks about the actual scholarly origins of Yahweh, and it's like really fucking crazy when you really get into that stuff. It's like really
okay. I'll read this next comment, but I'm glad you brought that up. One sec. Go put the next one. If you're ever around Ek, you should just Tourette's Bible verses and hand symbols. So you're talking about Ekan Kar? Ekan Kar. When I was a little kid, a Jehovah's Witness knocking on doors. I think I was with my mom. We went in and taught this guy. I remember he had a mustache and he didn't look exactly like this, but imagine a cleaned up sticks and hex and hammer guy with short hair. And he told us about Ek, and he gave us literature about Ek. And I remember I was like fucking 9. I'm looking at somebody some Asian guy went in a cave with a tiger. It's a complete crock of shit. I'll Tourette's Bible verses, don't you worry. But I haven't had someone bring up Ek besides me for many years. So that's wild to bring up Ek Kankar. Ek Kankar, I think, is the full title. Ek. That's funny as shit, dude. Okay, so I don't think Yadhe, Vodhe, or Yahweh, or Yahoo, or whatever, or Yahuwah, or Yao. I don't think it's Baal. I think that's manipulation to try to make it all on the same level. All these things, there's a perpetual thing to make God and the devil are like brothers. Mormons do it. A lot of them do. They're just brothers in the pantheon. But no, it's more akin to the author of the book and a character in the book. That's how far away they are. Satan is your adversary. He's not God's adversary. Why would the author of the book be afraid of the villain of the book? Now you hear about authors talk about how they get possessed by their writing or something. Maybe there's some thought in hermetic thought that you can like crazy God up by doing enough. I don't know what the fuck, but no, they're not equal. They're not the fucking same. The Bible you get, I imagine, is probably a fucking Epstein binder. Maybe better. Maybe it's an Epstein file drop and not an Epstein binder. But a bunch of fucking lizard blood motherfuckers have had their way with it, but they're not allowed to take everything. They got to give you enough. There's a legal right thing that they believe in. I wouldn't even believe in it, except these assholes do. They got to give you enough where you can make a choice to not be their slave. And they don't want it, and they want to trick you. So that's why it's important to not consent to fighting a war or getting your boot. All that shit. It's important to not go along to get along like a bitch. Because that's why they eat your kids, in case you're wondering. Who am I even talking to? All right. What's next? Would you have Rathbone? Who's that? He's not into orbs, but he'd be fun to talk about Israel and even billionaires. Sure. I don't know who that is. Who's next? But I could do just a show of goddamn super chats as he's crazy. My mom was born on the winter solstice, and 13 years later, I was born on summer solstice. My dad worked at Fort Knox. I was in Gate, but hey, I was in Gate, and I don't remember. Did you ever do Gate? Oh, you're young though, Izzy, right?
Yeah, I was chosen for Gate. But it was weird. I remember doing the matching things and doing well, and then I remember the beeps, and then I remember drinking a pink thing, and then I don't remember anything else.
That's what I remember, dude.
That's exactly what I remember.
I forgot the pink drink, but Blair reminded me, and somebody else reminded me. And the beeps, I thought it was just a hearing test. That's what I thought. But it was part of the thing. Because you do get legit hearing tests also in school, not besides that. But you wouldn't.
Yeah, it's like it's like a binarial thing. I don't know. It's really the Gate thing is really interesting.
Well, it's a lot of variation. It's privatized America shit. So you might have got one with less, results vary. Put it that way. Entertaining as always. Hope to catch you in New Orleans. Oh, come see me in New Orleans, guys. KurpMasterComedy.com. Where you live at, Izzy?
I'm in New Mexico currently.
Really? What part?
Yeah. I'm in like yeah. Let me give you let me give you the full details. No, I was in California for a while, and then I got doxxed really bad. So I'm kind of I'm a drifter. I don't really know what I know what I did, but I don't know what I did. I pissed off a group of people, and they started like
Armenians. I've been there.
Yeah, they sent a box of cats to my house and were showing up at my
cats.
Somebody dropped off a box of cats at my door. I had a cat showing up at my apartment every day trying to get into my apartment. And then listen to this. This is crazy. This cat kept showing up like every day, and it was like trying to claw its way into my front door. And so I had a dog, and I was like, this has been happening for like 3 nights in a row. This is after somebody dropped off a box of cats on my apartment door.
Mark, take the comment down. Hold on. Because this sounds like a real clip right you're about to tell me right now, Izzy. Okay, wait. So what did you say when, because I've never heard of anything like, I've heard of like all kinds of wacky shit. I had threatened a homeless guy with a gun recently because they're lousy down here. But explain to me why someone would have the desire to send you a box of cats.
So I don't know exactly what it was, but I read online that I have pissed off a group of like a coven or some sort of magic people.
They didn't tell you how?
I think it's because I talk a lot about Crowley and Thelema, and I'm assuming it's like Thelemites, but I think it's also some like deranged like leftists or something. I really don't know, but I have an idea of, kind of who it is, and I could probably tell you like off recording. But one day I had somebody drop off a box.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I had somebody drop off a box of stray cats at my door, and then one of the weird things is I had a cat that was showing up like constantly trying to get into my front door. And so I was like, okay, I need to scare this cat off. And I had a dog at the time. So
wait, why would a cat be aggressively?
I don't know.
Home invading you.
Literally, it was trying to claw in. So I was like, I'm going to scare this cat. So somebody was watching it on the Ring camera, this orange cat trying to claw its way in. And I opened the door and I had my dog and I was going to let my dog to chase the cat. And the cat in front of my eyes literally disappeared. And on the video of the person who was watching the Ring camera, the cat literally disappeared.
You have a footage of this?
I don't have the footage because the person I was living with has the Ring camera login, but it literally disappeared. And this person was absolutely horrified, and I don't live there anymore. And we separated, but yeah, no, it was
dating.
Yeah. I had like basically a very long-term serious, borderline engagement end because of serious doxing. I used to do live streams. I would do live streams, and every time I would go live, somebody would order either food or send things to my door. Like I was having DoorDashers show up every single time I would go live.
Okay. Do you remember the first? So you think, because my buddy Ben Avery I had on because he got he lost his channel or something, and I was trying to figure out who he pissed off. And my friend Jay from Project Unity, he had the assholes from Lou Elizondo has these intel fucks that like from NAFO, like they were like supposedly computer people that don't like Russia for Ukraine. It's some spook government bullshit, and he sicked them on this dude, on Jay, because Jay trashed him on Rogan. I run my mouth on Rogan a lot, dude.
I could see something like that because Ben Avery was Ben Avery's like in California, but no, it was really crazy, and it started getting like progressively worse. And at one point I had a legitimate like actual stalker, like real serious problem where the FBI had to get involved. And then
what the fuck, dude?
No, literally, I literally had this person had like a cross-country plan to like kill me. Like actually, like it was a really serious thing. The FBI called me and like had to get involved.
And
so
none
I don't
of
know
them tell you why they're doing this at all. Like you have no clue. I've talked all kinds of shit about Alistair Crowley, and I never had that problem.
So I don't know if the Crowley thing is related to the stalker person. That was like something different, but it's really weird because I've had it's been a constant issue. So now I'm like kind of amorphously around. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I did get hexed.
Well, you have some religion or something? What gang do you belong to?
So I was born and raised Catholic, but I have my own ideology of what Christianity I am. It's like I call it quote unquote the untamed Christian. It's almost like I don't follow a denomination. It's more like a Christian mystic kind of thing.
Well, let me tell you something about Christian mystics. They're fucking wizards. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this flat out. I haven't had an arrogance my whole life from being and I don't believe Jehovah's Witnesses are the one true religion like how I did when I was young. But because of the amount of like 3 days a week Bible studies and all this and the amount of like stay away from occult and all that, dude, I have like, I genuinely believe this, dude, that I got like some fucking protection that I've always had, because I've certainly made people want to do something like that to me. I promise you, I've pissed people off. And by the way, they can fuck with you because I did. Now this isn't supernatural, but what you're saying sounds just like a weird, like a metaphorical layer to the thing where you piss off some online bitch and wants to get you fired from your job, right? Like cancel it. Like it's like it's like the non-internet version of that being done to you. And because I antagonize some crazy, she's a dude now, the bitch I talk shit to.
Hell yeah! So you really
won.
Way, dude,
you
really
fuck you.
won.
I wouldn't say it's to a woman, but fuck you, dude. Dumb fucking yeah.
I feel like it's like if they could get me spiritually, they would, but I don't think they can. So I think they have to settle for these like really weird, shitty in real life things that are just kind of like convenience.
Listen, a box of disappearing cats. It's
yeah.
like, Okay, it's a new one, and also that like I've heard of other things like that are not that, but that is so fucking weird and off-putting. Because you like you put a box of live cats, what like and then you have to think about the intention behind that, like and then one of the cats is trying to get into your house, like goddamn Pet Cemetery.
There is like a symbolic thing to it. Like there's like people who believe that witches can turn into cats. There's like a whole thing with that. And this is the thing that's really weird. This is the really weird thing. So during this time, because it was like every time I would go to live stream, I was having things delivered to my house. And it was like raw beef, like things just showing up at my house from these delivery services. So I was like, maybe somebody's like talking shit about me on like X or Twitter. So I searched my name on Twitter. And this is the really weird thing. During this time, I found a tweet from 10 years ago from the bass player from the band Fish. And he tweeted a picture of two cats, and the two cats, the picture said like the writing with the photo was Izzy and Griffin. That's what I go by, Izzy and Griffin.
Why would that be there?
Well, here's the thing. The tweet was from 10 years ago when I didn't go by Izzy and Griffin. My nickname was Izzy, but I didn't have an online presence. And also I made a video about the bass player from Fish and how he took like nude photos of like a 9-year-old girl at one point, and he's like basically a pedophile. Yeah, I made a whole video about him, but it's really weird.
You might be hitting on where this bad will is coming at you from, Izzy. I notice if you know, one of the first episodes I had a dude, the kid from Kiwi Farms, Josh Moon on, and I'm telling you, the shit that guy went through, because they just exposed a lot of fucked up people. No matter how shitty anyone on the site is, the kid's a free speech guy, which I support, and he has exposed many of these people. They come stalk him and try to kill him and get him kicked off of shit, and it goes like to the top. The crazy part is it goes all the way to the top with that. So Fish, I mean, dude, you saying that shit, you understand the people you're fucking with talking about Fish?
Yeah,
I've seen Fish 6 times. I always tell people that I've seen Fish 6 times. Well, I've never seen Fish. I've been to Fish 6 times. Never once seen Fish. I was trying to get opium at the parking lot.
Right.
It's the only place where to find opium. Like like real opium.
Like poppies. You're getting poppies. You're getting poppied up.
Yeah, that goo that's like opium.
Yeah.
Awesome. You only get it from hippies at a Fish concert. Who the fuck would watch Fish? Anybody watching Fish? And I'll tell you who. My cousin was a big Fish guy. And he's like, he grew up like a rich kid, a lot of rich people. It's real like rich kid jazz, blah, blah, blah. But it's only a short hop skipping away to the thing you just described from that to me. Rich kids and jazz and pictures of 9-year-olds. I find them to be very close in the neighborhood.
The evil hippie realm.
That's a better way to think about this Satanist shit, because most of it's from like Sammy Davis Jr. years of him being a Satan. It's mostly like swinging Austin Powers 60s bullshit that gets way out of hand,
Yeah.
Really, the whole concept of rock star is one of the worst things I've ever heard. And people love it, being a rock star. Like there's songs about being a rock star. I might have said it to some chick I was dating that was mad I would be out late doing spots. I'm like, I'm a rock star. I might have said that.
Right.
It's programming. And what is a rock star? They have no accountability for anything they do. That's what the appeal of it is. I am the bull god, said the great Kid Rock. The bull god. All. I got big horns and I do whatever I want and what I want.
And I'm from Detroit.
Yeah. He's a rich kid.
My dad's a used car salesman.
No, his dad was like, he came from money, Kid Rock. He's not an Eminem trailer park dude. He's like a guy. I don't know what it is with rich kids becoming dirty rappers, but for a few years, that was like a real move. It's like we go to like an Ivy League school, but we like do dirty raps about pussy. I saw so many people doing that. I'm 40. I don't know how old are you again?
I'm in my early 30s.
Oh yeah, it used to be a huge fucking thing. Okay, let's see. Daniel Hall says, when am I going to higher side chats? I don't know. I would do it though. They ship me up. Purim is when Rabbi Shmuley. Are you familiar with Rabbi Shmuley? Is he?
Yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
Why? Because he looks like Hoggle from Labyrinth? Come on.
Dude, because he sells dildos with his daughter and he like
No, his
humps
daughter
the
sells
table.
dildos. They sell kosher dildos. What's wrong? I don't know why they're kosher. I mean, selling dildos with your daughter doesn't sound kosher at all to me, but
Yeah.
what do I know? Maybe they come in jars. Okay. Nice brine in the dildos that you get them. They got they got a nice snap to them, these ones, you know? It's when Rabbi Shmuley dresses up like a clown and jumps on Cory Booker's back to make him dance like something out of Django and Shamies Fiddler of the Ruth on acid. I'm going to tell you right now, Daniel Hall, I'll refund you $10 right fucking now. Don't ever put on acid on the end of something. That's called lazy writing. Now you got a hat on a hat on a hat with that bit. Okay. Sorry, I'm a joke writer. Proud Derpy and General Sprocket at attention, sir. Harold Couts Vela will fill in all you need to know about Black Goo, Venezuela. Hold on. I'm actually going to fucking...
He was just on the higher side chats. Harold Couts Vila. We'll get him on.
Type it. I'm going to take a picture of it because it's going to take me a while to go through these chats to find it. I'm going to look it up because that's another thing. It's got 50 explanations, and I want to know what
he's the guy. He's the guy who I think. I mean, I don't want to talk out of turn, but I'm almost certain he introduced the whole concept of the Black Goo like 10 years ago.
Okay. Well, I'm going to check it out.
Couts Vela. Yeah. He was just on the higher side chats like 2 months ago.
You know, Izzy, they call it a rabbit hole, but it's really more like a duck vagina. It goes all different ways. A lot of dead ends, false channels. You just got to take your corkscrew duck dick and jam those barbs in. Okay. You should have on Ra Costal. I was just talking to Ra. It's not Ra, it's RA, but we'll call him Ra, whatever. Yes, I'm going to have him back on for the plasma talk and a bunch of shit. I already it's already in the works. Okay. Chris says, talking about predictive programming, here comes Kurt. Frank Zander might have knew you coming. Is that a foreigner? It looks like a German guy based on the picture and the syntax. ESL. It's got a real ESL feel to it. Okay, cool. What else? SB Alger of RX Only Pick Show handle Sunio wants to get in touch about Tracy's. Do you know who that is, Mark?
Yeah, I've done shows with SB Alger. He's friends with he does shows with your friend Steve, our friend Steve Porkinen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, get him, dude.
Yeah,
wait, what was the sticker thing? I didn't read their thing. I feel bad if I read
it's just a $6 or $6 sticker.
Well, that's 12 American, I think, isn't it? Unless they're going. All right. Brother Metzger, JW's teacher saying from blood, they may be on to something with all this pizza dog. I don't know. I do period sex, so I'm gonna, come on. Don't. Okay, wait. What was next? Where do we buy Derp shirts? What's the update on shirts, Marky Mark?
There'll be more available soon, shipping out the pre-orders now. So if anybody already ordered a shirt and is waiting for it, be patient. They're on the way.
Nice. Okay, normally wouldn't no, Charlie's wife, it won't let me send a super chat with her name. Not Eck. Not Eck. Oh, you weren't saying Eck, you were saying Charlie's wife. So that's Erica.
Oh, EK.
I thought you were talking about a cult called Eck that I know about, and you're talking about Erica. That's wild. Okay, what's next? Normally wouldn't super chat twice, but saw some young buck on Twitter saying Epstein and his cronies had elite bail knowledge, and I LOL'd. Yo, Mark Passio had last week. He has a great lecture on this, okay? Because Bill, Baal, Moral Castle, it's in a lot of things. It means master. It just means master. Okay, you got to watch Zardoz. You seen Zardoz, right, Izzy? Can you hear me?
No.
Izzy? You know what that is?
Zardoz.
All right, you put up those pictures before because I'm going to fuck it up. Could put in Zardoz, Sean Connery, and post the picture for everyone to see. The movie with Sean Connery about transdimensional billionaires that coordinate violence with the poor, give them unlimited weapons, wreak havoc on each other. Had Connery in a dress it wasn't a dress. It was so much better than a dress. But yes,
holy shit, yeah, this looks badass, dude. This looks fucking sick.
Yeah, put the picture up. Who? Yeah, get that sweet. It's Connery's finest role. Okay, wait, go back where we get a nice view of it. You see it over here? Yeah. I couldn't pull that off, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'd have to get. I'm not in my summer shape for my Zardoz costume. Yeah, transdimensional. I didn't know they were transdimensional, but the way you're writing it, dude, on Comfy Comedians, it does sound like that. And I knew there was something to that, but I didn't realize the transdimensional aspect. But it's always that they're on the 33rd degree that you can't go on that compass. Okay. My wife Susan's a bit blind. She just talked to my shoe for 2 minutes because she thought it was the cat. Also, did it enter your home as a cat? Because some people, Izzy, for example, have had that happen to them. Fully derp today. Yeah, Izzy, that story is crazy as hell. I mean, that's a crazy fucking thing you just told me. Ronnie James Dio did not create the sign. I knew he didn't. It's the Karana Mudra, which is that right, Izzy? Karana Mudra?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Okay. I don't know Naruto lore like you young kids. Okay, go to the next one.
Yeah, it sounds right. I mean, I think he...
Guys spot on with Yahweh. That covenant's a contract to elevate Baal to the position of a creator god. Yahweh and Baal, watch Justin Sledge if you want to be completely secular about it and talk about it. They're two of the same. They're slightly different storm gods in how he explains it. So the way I've heard it put by people that study it is it's like they're two of the same. It's like Coke and Pepsi fighting is how they describe it in a lot of academic circles, and one takes over. I think it's not that, though. I have a suspicion that it's not that. I don't know. And also keep in mind, we don't know how to say the fucking name. I mean, you have YHWH, Yod-Hey, Vod-Hey. Nobody seems to know how to say the name. I guess you're not supposed to. I don't really get that part of it. But I was looking at that for a long time, and I now don't believe that Baal and Yahweh. I think that's the same as the bullshit of Sammy Davis Jr. talking to Eddie Murphy and like, Satan's as powerful as God, man. It's the same as that. I think it's just a story like that. What's next? Burt Kreischer dad was L. Ron Hubbard's lawyer. Have him on. Oh, I will. You know what? I keep forgetting. I'm going to ask Burt that, dude. That's a great idea. Go back one, Mark. Good idea, though. I will. Kurp talk to Daily Mind Virus. Same name as X. They can conduct some dots for you. Same name as X? Who's that? Which X?
It just means that's their handle on X is what he means.
Oh,
Daily Mind Virus is their handle.
I say Twitter. I misgender X. I don't give a shit. Yeah. I'm not saying X, but I will. Izzy got Schrodingered. Oh shit, Izzy, you got Schrodingered. They're right. They give you a box of cats. You didn't know if it was alive or dead, and then it disappeared. That's what they ran a Schrodinger on Izzy. Thank you.
That's actually that's actually like a really interesting way to look at it.
Dude, a lot of these super chats. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to go through super chats. I'm sorry that complained about getting money from people, but but I get some fucking great info from these, dude. They sent Ben Avery Chick-fil-A on his last stream. Who did? The cat? Was it cats? I don't know if we're connecting some dots here. Okay, what's the next one?
I wonder if it's like the same thing.
Have you guys heard of John S.M. Ward? I don't remember. Have you?
No.
I'm sorry, I haven't. Izzy, can you please check out the music videos Kids and Flash Delirium by MGMT? Both have Pizzagate, Little Boy Symbolism, and MK Ultra program 8 years before Pizzagate. Heavy I will check it out, but yeah, that's a good video for you to do, dude. That's now Vince because I like them songs. And I remember they look strange, the videos for it. These are college kids that maybe have some knowledge of something and they wanted to put it because they didn't get real big, right? Didn't they go off on their own way making psychedelic music or some shit?
Yeah, they had those 2 hits and then they kind of went back off into obscurity. But yeah, those I know what videos they're talking about. I've seen them pretty recently, actually. There is some definite symbolism in those for sure.
So would you say, dude, okay, because I know you follow this music shit a lot. Because those guys didn't become huge fucking pop stars after those 2 songs, and they do make those references, is it just like a guy like me making those references to make them? Because I don't care. I would never care about having hit songs. I would tell you, I'm not to brag about how good I am, but like, if you were like, dude, you got to eat a baby, you know what I'd say, Izzy? No. Okay.
Yeah, I think I think that
not trying to
happens
act
a lot.
like I'm all high and mighty, but I just wouldn't do it. I promise you, Izzy, I wouldn't. So, do you think that's my question? Do you think it's like that? Like,
Yeah, I think that there are people who have access to higher realms and then they deny it. Like an example, my dad was signed to Geffen in the early 90s. Like he was
that's wild, dude.
He knew Cobain, he knew all those people. He was signed like directly from Geffen, and my dad walked away from the industry. He literally left. He literally ran away from Hollywood
after
because
Cobain died or before.
It was actually right around the same time that he died, because I was born in April of 94 and my first name is Isaac. Izzy's a nickname.
Right.
And the story that he has told me now is that he literally left the music industry because his manager was a witch and wanted to literally sacrifice me to the devil, to Moloch and Baal, to elevate him to the next level. And so he literally moved to the middle of nowhere and ran away from the music industry because of that. So my point being is there are people who are offered these higher things and they turn them down for sure.
I mean, I'm sitting here reading Super Jazz, and you drop these fucking bombshells, Izzy, that are like the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. So, I mean, okay, all right, this is nuts. Okay, but yeah, I mean, do you think? Did you do the one? Who's this? I just watched a thing with Courtney. Could we blame Courtney Love, but we should have been looking at Dave Grohl probably.
Yeah, I uncovered a lot of that stuff, the Dave Grohl shit.
That's what I thought. Okay, I'm trying to remember because I'm like, I figure I didn't. Yeah, because that's weird as shit, ain't it?
Yeah, Grohl's a fucking total fed, dude. His dad was a speechwriter for Reagan, like super weird DC connect. Same with Courtney Love. I mean, Courtney Love is fully like a DC person.
That's what I saw of yours. She go in the book dedicated to the boys at Bohemian Grove. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, and then her father managed the Grateful Dead before they were the Grateful Dead, and her father was also roommates with David Geffen before Geffen became David Geffen.
Okay, David Geffen is a fucking scumbag. I've never heard a story that didn't sound like he's one of the darkest. He's got like he stays at sea.
Yeah, he literally lives off the coast of Malibu in a yacht because I like
right on the edge of legal. So imagine what he gets up to, this motherfucker. And my girlfriend a long time ago, just to figure out how to not like reveal. Anyway, her dad. Shit, I don't know how to tell this story without revealing thing. I'm just gonna say, like, okay, her dad was doing LA, like he would abuse gay guys for money and shit. Basically, I can't say the name of it. It was really funny. He had a business card with his dick in a leash. Like he's holding.
Holy shit!
Yeah, this is like a wild kind of thing. And he'd be in the supermarket taking calls, and he'd tell some gay guy like, "You're a piece of shit," call him names. Then a guy would pay him, and I don't think it was David Geffen, but it was connected to that. But he had to eat all these McDonald's cheeseburgers and then sit on this chair with a hole in it. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but now we're not even getting into the weird part. But he goes, "Yo, I know, but it's got to be Geffen. I think it's got to be Geffen." But he's like, "I know a billionaire. I want to see a father and daughter do something, and we make a lot of money." He didn't raise her, this girl. It was like a guy. He was out of her life. But and he's a meth head out there. This guy. And I still remember that story. I'm like, what the fuck? I kind of heard of Geffen, but dude, over the years, I've heard some insane shit about that dude, and it wouldn't connect to any of his other shit now the whole time. You know what I mean? But now, it's nuts.
No, it's super crazy. And my dad, like, he's never told me the full story. He this is another crazy thing. One time, because I pieced a lot of it together growing up, because my dad would tell me about, like, he told me about like Anunnakis and Project Bluebeam when I was like 8 years old. So like he told me a lot of shit as a kid. And then it was always weird to me because like the theme song for that 70s show for season 1, my dad sings that song. And then it just stopped. And then it just stops. He just stopped. He got fired. And it was just like all these weird things. Like he was on the precipice of like being super famous. And then all of it ended. Right. And so one day I was like,
in every industry, man.
Yeah. Like one day he took me out to like lunch. I was like probably 17 or 18 maybe. And he was like, "I'm going to tell you everything. Like just tell you the whole story." And we went to Outback Steakhouse and we sit down and he goes to start telling me, and hand to God, dude, I swear to God, all of the lights in the restaurant shut off. And he was like, the power went out. And he was like, yeah, I guess I'm never supposed to tell you like everything. And we left.
You're not supposed to speak the secrets.
Yeah. And so all I know is like that his manager was a witch and wanted to kill me and that part of it. But it's pretty interesting because he's told me stuff about like Geffen and some other high rollers. And I mean, the music industry is just a big front for basically drug and human trafficking. That's like the whole thing.
Think of it all as just smuggling, and all of it is gold. Like, you know, I had a friend who was a weed delivery in New York before it was legal, and when he started his own little thing, and he was working with like city officials on the down low because they were thinking about legalization at the time. They're like, if the feds come, we're not going to help you. It was like that.
Yeah.
And he had to get a buddy who fought in Iraq to come be a bodyguard because like dudes would get stabbed by other bike weed guys. And I was like, why are they stabbing each other over weed? And he goes, what? He goes, no, it's over money. What? Like,
yeah.
My dumb ass, like, it's just weed, but it's money. So all these things are money, but dollar bills, which is dollar balls. Your masters. Just an easy control mechanism, like all the other control mechanisms. And if your dad to be on the press, see, I have this one guy that I thought he was a bot, but now I on my Twitter, I can't remember his fucking name. Oh fuck, it's like Davis something, but he you know, I get people like, oh, you're washed up and you this, and like you failed in Hollywood. Like, I get in comedy to be a comedian. Like, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. I never made it to the what you're talking about, the precipice. For your dad to get to that precipice of an industry like that, he's already got some things attached to him watching over to make sure he don't tell you years later at a diner. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
I would never be even permitted to the precipice. I got a big mouth. I just say whatever the fuck I want, and you can't bring me to that. You just can't bring me to it. I'll make it really awkward for you. By the time you get to the precipice, they've picked you out of like, we think you'd be pretty cool up to this point. And a lot of people are cool with a lot of shit up until a certain point, but they're going to find that limit, right? And
yeah, 100%.
There ain't nobody who's a billionaire. I believe this wholeheartedly. No one is a billionaire. Not one person. It's not that somebody couldn't be a talented enough, whatever, to be a billionaire. It's not that. You will not be permitted. You're not going to be permitted in that club. And by the way, that's middle class at the end of the day. In the hierarchy, a billionaire is not even like the shit. The people in charge of you are trillionaires. Like, you never get to know who they are. You're never going to get to know.
Right. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like my dad is like so insanely talented. Like to this day, like my dad's in his 60s now, and he's like a literal autistic virtuoso musically. Like, it's actually crazy. And that's the thing, is it's like there are some people who genuinely have no connections who are talented enough to break in. But then once you break in, it's like, okay, how down are you? Because like my dad like opened for John Jovi, opened for Ted Nugent, like did a bunch of cool shit. But then it was like, it started getting weird, and it's like, okay, you're
better off finding some underage chicks on your own that aren't too young, so they can at least blackmail you and not force you to do a worse thing. If you want to be in a boat with these fucking pieces of shit, like a Geffen. Like, I wouldn't even hang out with that guy unless I had done some like 3 or 4 horrible, unspeakable crimes that I'd have to take to my grave, because that's the people you're hanging out with, and they don't trust you unless you're like that. It's like being a fucking like anything else. You know, you get an inner circle that knows the deal and an outer circle that you feed on. And that's like anything from Tate University to fucking, I don't know, dude, take your pick of bullshit that you're supposed to pay money into, right?
Kurt, do you remember that on the off topic, but before we were talking about cats and weird shit, do you remember that South Park episode where they're getting high off of the cat?
Yes, of course, yeah.
So have you ever heard of the Templars cat ritual? Izzy?
Yes, I have.
So apparently the Templars would give themselves toxoplasmosis because they knew it gave them some edge in, battle, right? So they would basically just sniff cat piss and get cats and sacrifice them, all sorts of other things. But this was one of the charges that was leveled against the Templars when they were kicked out of France, is that they were sacrificing women and children to the Black Tom cat, which was like a folkloric legend at the time in France, this evil black demon cat. But yeah, cats go way back, associated with witches, magic, the occult, all the way back to Egypt. So Yeah, the when you mentioned that before, Izzy, I wanted to tell you to look up this book. It's called The Cat in Magic, Mythology, and History by M. Oldfield Howie. And
Okay.
yeah, very interesting book. Might give you some insights onto maybe even how to, break that hex.
Yeah, I got to check that out. Yeah, because it's weird. I used to like really like cats, like as a kid growing up, and then ever since this has happened, I have like a serious, like actual weird aversion to like. It's kind of weird. Like if I see a cat, I get like weird.
To
It's
my
like,
girlfriend's cat and her dog are like, I swear to God, they just follow around like familiars. And then I got emotionally attached with dumb pets. They're old now, so I get to be upset. And I mean, they really are like, they're very sweet like animals. Like but it's just weird to have. Usually somebody would have a cat to look out for shit like that coming at you. That's the purpose of having a cat. It's weird to have that turned on you,
Yeah, no, it's yeah. Yeah, and it's really interesting. Like I said, I'll tell you off air. Like the thing that ties it all together is like fucking weird. It's like really, I can't say it because it gives it away.
Show?
Yeah, I can't say it on the show because I don't want it to. It'll start a bunch of shit if I do. It'll
gonna be a whole box of cats and
yeah, hold.
Okay, I want to run this commercial real quick that I made because I got to take a piss and I'm trying to have it where I can fucking hold on. I'm trying to make it where I can play these clips before I go take a leak. But if it doesn't work out, if I don't make this work,
if you open it and share your screen, you should be able to do it.
Oh, I'm sharing. Don't you worry.
All right, good. You remember how to do
it. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna run this sweet commercial because I gotta go take a leak. Is it on? You got it?
Yeah, hit play.
Okay. This is a new Netflix show. Maybe your dad will tell you about this one.
Welcome to America's Got Pizza.
The search for the best slices begins.
Live on Netflix.
Don't miss it.
Pizza can run, but it can't hide.
I'm gonna tear into that pizza like a hungry iguana.
People say I'm a nice guy, but I'll fuck up a slice of pizza.
I need more pizza right now. Bring on the pizza.
America's Pizza. Give us your pizza. America's Pizza. All right, bring out the cutters. Whoa, these are gas powered.
Please don't eat me.
I can't promise anything. America's Pizza. That last slice is mine.
No way, I called it first.
There's enough here to make jerky.
You're so delicious. I love pizza! Trump said we can do what we want.
No way, he actually said that?
Yes, and we are.
I don't give a shit. It's my pizza!
No, it's mine.
I called it first!
Fight for it then.
I'm fucking starving. America's Pizza. Give us your pizza, America.
Is there any grape soda left, you guys?
Pizza. Pizza, America.
I'll just have a kid's face.
Oh man, that's a fun show coming to Netflix. Oh, did you freeze? Izzy? I think his screen froze. Hello? The hell just happened? Izzy?
I think he's lagging a bit.
Oh, he must be lagging. God damn it. All right, let me read the rest of these because
yo, I can hear you now. It kind of cut out at the end of the commercial.
Oh, at the end of the commercial. That's a wonderful commercial. All right, let me finish this super chat.
He's got Albuquerque Wi-Fi right now.
Oh man, Mary veneration goes all the way back to 2nd century church. There's more new ones to it. Some take it somewhere dark like Santeria. Yo, there ain't no fucking God's all the things. He's not a man or a woman. So why would you need a female God unless it's a lower God? Do you see why that doesn't make any sense? Whatever. Did he just get booted? Kurt, I paid to see a video with you, Daniel Liss, and Dr. Joseph P. Farrell talk. I desperately want Joseph P. Farrell. I have had Daniel Litz on already with Blair. I had Daniel on with Dan and Chloe LeBranch, Dan St. Germain. Let's see. If kosher means to drain the blood into a stone basin because Nephilim, how do you kosher a pickle? What blood is to be extracted from a pickle? Tough crowd. You're right to say tough crowd because I was tough on you for that. I got derped and it feels so good. Love from Philly. Hey, thanks, Philly. I spent decades in PSYOP throughout G Watt. I'd love to share some shit with Kurp. You write about a lot. Yeah, dude, send message me on my Kurp Master on Twitter or Kurp Master Comedy Instagram. And let me just again, for the love of God, come to this show. Where am I? I'm at the Howlin' Wolf, February 27th. That's Friday in New Orleans, and then I'm at Lafayette, Louisiana Club on February 28th. So it's Friday, Saturday. I'm in 2 spots. I got one at the Howlin' Wolf, and I got one at this Lafayette Club 337. Interesting. Club 337. Okay. I don't know if that's it's all right. I took the opportunity to promote my thing. A floating lighted dark orb held me down and dirt me down. Listen, my girl is not happy that I've told this orb story. I gotta tell you, she's like, people are really sending me crazy shit. And and I was like, why are you being a horb then? She's very casual about an orb experience. I just find that insane. I have never had anything like that. All right. Since shaving my head, I started doing the mishlove to myself around the house, and my cat hates it. Oh, okay. We'll end on a mishlove. That's a great idea, dude. Grew up JW. Here's the funniest Bible joke ever. What did Mexican Job say to God when he was being effed up by Satan? Yagui. All right. Try it in Guadalajara if I'm in a jam. Kurp wrecked my fourth eye again. Nice, dude. Rewatched the Fred Savage movie Little Monster and tell me it's not all a metaphor for this pizza grape soda stuff in Hollywood. I feel like a lot of stuff is. Let's see. Jupiter, Saturn, conjunction, indicators of new religions. 2020 was one. 3 years later, Gaza genocide started. Very similar to the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, et cetera, et cetera. Probably. I don't know. I don't study astrology, but I know these people do. 6-gen warrior. Either of you ever look into Max Spears? Yes, I have. A black goo guy. He died coughing up black goo. UFO researcher stumbled on RSA group. And I don't like that because I started out looking at UFOs and then got into SRA investigations and learned about black goo, and I don't want to die. Okay. Jezz Kurp, what the feckin' derp was that? LOL. That was America's Got Pizza, the new show on Netflix. My cokehead dad watched The Omen and thought the name sounded cool, so I'm literally named after the Antichrist. Am I doomed? Call Commander. I don't think so. All right. So finally, I'm done with the super chats. Okay, so I'm gonna Mish love the rest of this. Okay, Izzy, because do you say who your dad is?
Yeah.
Or no? Do you not say who it is?
Yeah, my dad. Yeah, my dad. His name's Todd Griffin. He did the. He was in a band. He was in a band called the Graveyard Train, and then he did the first season of that '70s show theme song. That's like what he's most known for. And
That's
then
wild,
he got fired, and it's funny because like the first season came out, and he the show is obviously like really popular, and he was he demanded
tell me more about your father's adventures with witchcraft. I understand they sent you a box of cats. That's my Jeffrey Mitchell. It's not. I don't put a lot of effort into it, but I do pull it off. Like, dude. So that's a fucking wild. That's really fucking crazy. Wait. Well, you tell me all the show, dude, but you wouldn't believe the amount of people I know that have a fucking crazy thing like that, dude. I don't believe it. Like all these people, because I mean, I'm not high up in fucking show business, but I'm in it long enough to meet a bunch of people and hear a lot of crazy shit, Right.
No,
like a bunch of people, even crazier than what you're telling me. I mean, what you're telling me is like I find it not at all hard to believe because that's a very common story, believe it or not. People watch it, but the thing I find wild is the amount of these people that are directly connected to the Pentagon. Their parents. Oh, he's freeze again? God damn it. Izzy. Oh, look at him, frozen. He may have been killed by a cat.
I'm here, Kurt.
Oh, okay. Is he kicked off? Look, I don't think he can tell these secrets to us.
Yeah. No, I mean.
All right. Well, I got a lot of shit to do before I fly out to New Orleans to do Izzy, you there? Hello?
Yeah, I guess I'm back. Yeah, it's been lagging really bad the last
Give a plug.
10
Plug your
minutes or
shit
so.
before the cats come for you.
Yeah, just YouTube at Izzy and Griffin. My Patreon is Izzy and Griffin. Instagram Izzy and Griffin. But yeah, dude, this was really fun, man. Thank you so much. Seriously.
Yo, thanks for being on, brother. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chats. Every episode I get some super chats where it's like stuff I'm gonna look up. So I appreciate it. All right, everybody, you just got derped. I don't know what else you want.